Hey guys, and welcome to the 2019 AWSI. My name is Crystal with the Kite Mag, and we are here at the CORE tent with Steven Akkersdijk from the Netherlands. Steven, do you want to give us a bit of a rundown on what's brand new with CORE 2020?
Yeah, so for this year we have 3 new kites. 2 of them are from our Specialized line and 1 of them is from our Universal series. The Universal series are the kites for the general public that work really well for the general public. They're all-round kites and good at everything. Our new kite there is the XR6. Eric will tell you a little bit more about that later. I'll start with the Specialized line. Specialized line is for those guys that want uncompromised kites for wave, foil and freestyle. So for this year we got a foil and a wave kite. So I'll tell you about my personal favorite first, which is actually the X-Lite. We took this kite out to Mauritius just a couple of months back for the release video, and we took that kite in waves. And what makes this kite so special? It is a 1-strut design. The 1 strut makes the kite very light, and all that we did in that kite was try to optimize the weight to keep the weight as low as possible. The next in our lineup is the section. We also took that same section on the same shooting in Mauritius, and going out there busting some big turns on the waves there. We went to a spot with, I would say, 7-meter high waves, so very decent. And what this kite does best is drift. You want maximum relaunch capabilities because of course when you crash and there's a 6-meter high wave coming at you, you better want to get out there. And what we did, we actually took something that we have in our company for a while already, and that's our CIT system. The CIT system, or Core Intelligent Trim, is actually 3 knots on the leading edge, and with those 3 knots you can change the characteristics of how the kite flies. So we went from onshore conditions where you put it all the way on the outside of the kite. For the onshore conditions, the kite will sit deeper in the wind window, which basically means it has a lot more constant power, slightly less D-power, but if you go for that turn, it will already be in the optimized position for the kite to drift with. Offshore setting makes the kite sit very on the edge of the wind window, because if you do a turn and the kite has to go from very deep in the wind window to the edge, it generates too much power. So with this setting, it really stays on the edge of the wind window, gives you loads of D-power, but also it becomes a little bit more unstable. All our kites come with Cortex canopy. It's a triple ripstop, and it's not just a triple ripstop because it rips less quick, but it keeps the stability of the kite. It makes for stiffer framing, and also the durability becomes a lot better. The other one is the Exotex Dacron that we use in the leading edge, also optimized for stiff frame, and therefore we can reduce leading edge sizes. Something we got extra on the bar side is now a dedicated foil bar. I believe we might be the only brand out there at the moment that has a dedicated foil bar. Why? Because you don't need those 500 kg lines on a foil, because you're anyways going to ride a light kite. Next step, we decrease the length of the lines. Further on, it comes with titanium lines, just as the Pro bar, less stretch, more strength.
What's your favorite setup in the waves?
So I actually prefer going out on the Nexus. The Nexus it provides a bit more power, but it also provides a little bit more lift. And then usually the 720. The 720 is our chop nose stubby board. It's a strapless freestyle board. I ride the 5.1, and yeah, I just love going out there. Very loose on the tail for when you actually get in the waves, and obviously because it's a chop nose, you have more stability in the air when doing your tricks.
So tell us a bit more about the bars at CORE.
New this year is the foil bar, which is actually a mid-sized bar that we have. Right over here I have the 2S, the Sensor 2S, and there's also Sensor 2S Plus. The main difference between those bars is actually that the 2S Plus will have line extensions. So it gives the option to take either 18, 20, 22 or 24 meter lines. The Sensor 2S is a classic glass shaft with our standard lines. Our kites have a twist safety. So it's not a push safety, but a twist. And What you have to do is you have to twist it around and it pops right open. Why did we choose for this twist? Not because we wanted to be the other guys that do it different, because we generally believe that this is a better system. If you are getting dragged for the sand, there's a lot of forces going down the lines. With the twist safety, it's very easy. It's a twisting motion. Everybody opens bottles every day. We also have the Sensor 2S Pro. The main difference on this 2S Pro for me is the lines. These lines are titanium lines. They have lesser diameter, so they're actually thinner than our standard lines, but they come with a lot more resistance. They're stronger, and what I really like is they hardly stretch. We really reduce the amount of stretch that these lines have. The bar is made from carbon, so everything we did in this bar is to maximize the feedback you get. If you pull on one side of the bar, you really have a very direct line because the lines won't stretch. A very direct line to the kite and a direct feeling for all your jumps. So I think with that, we got all this covered, and I will give the word to Eric to talk about the boards.